For several months now, a sailboat has been abandoned in the waters off Bayfront Park. The vessel, called Kraken, has been tied to a rock floating just offshore in a popular area for walking. But as Matt Ingram reports, before it was ditched, it was actually a championship racing boat.
This is the late Dr. Patrick O'Boyle Kelly doing what he loved best. For about 40 years, he owned the now abandoned Viking 28 sailboat Kraken, seen here in its heyday with its spinnaker sail and Irish colors, pulling it across Lake Ontario.
He did win the club championships that eluded him for so many years.
Kelly's son Daniel says the Belleville-based doctor sailed the Kraken to a Bay of Quinte Yacht Club championship in 2011 and won a string of other races before his death in 2019 at the age of 91, building on the Kraken's history of winning races in the 1980s.
He loved being in the thick of the racing.
Daniel says the last time his dad skippered the Kraken was with him during the 50th running of the Katie Gray Regatta in 2018, securing third place at the age of 90 while also battling Parkinson's. It ended up being the last time Kelly would ever sail.
He was just feeling it that day, and the winds were right, and we kept her going.
After that, Daniel says he sold the Kraken to a young couple in Toronto before it changed hands at least one more time, eventually becoming a minor maritime mystery in Hamilton, arriving several months ago in Bayfront Park, abandoned.
It's a bit shocking that the boat itself, after a long history with our family, that it's ended up this way in the state it's in.
A search of the federal government's online vessel registry using what appears to be the registration number written on the side of the boat returned no results. Now, a search for vessels named Kraken returned multiple results. However, none of them appear to be this boat right here. Hamilton police say despite the lack of an active registration, they have identified and contacted the last owner, who they say is unable to have the boat removed. John Morris of Canadian Yachting on board says the owner may have had difficulty disposing of it or selling it, despite estimating its worth at under $5,000.
It's very, very hard to scrap a boat. They're fiberglass, they're plastic, which means both that some boats are being abandoned and other boats are becoming bargains for the people who know to buy them.
Police alerted the Coast Guard about the Kraken, sparking an investigation that determined the boat is in relatively good shape, not listing, protected from bad weather, and in shallow waters, meaning it's not considered a vessel of concern. The Coast Guard says there is a dispute over who is responsible for the abandonment, telling CHCH News Transport Canada is now conducting its own investigation. Matt Ingram, CHCH News, Hamilton.